Hello dear students, myself CMA Padmaja Buzruk. I will discuss accounting standards. Go to study note number 12, accounting standards. I will discuss Indian accounting standards. Indian accounting standards known as IND AS are set of accounting standards notified by Corporate Affairs which are converged with International Financial Reporting Standard, that is IFRS, in order to bring accounting standards in line with IFRS. Indian accounting standards, that is IND AS, have been introduced. So these IND AS are in line with IFRS. The numbers of accounting standards are same, so the financial statements are easily comparable to the stakeholders. The objective of financial statement is to provide information that is useful in making economic decisions. There are various stakeholders who use financial statements for making their economic decisions. An objective of financial statement is to provide information to the stakeholders for making their economic decisions. This standard prescribes the basis for presentation of general purpose financial statement in order to ensure comparability both with the entity's financial statement of previous periods and with those of other entities. So the financial statements can be compared with the same organization's previous year's financial statements, or it can be compared with financial statements of other organizations or other entities. Entity shall prepare financial statements on a going concern basis unless management intends to either liquidate the entity or cease trading or has no realistic alternative but to do so. An entity shall prepare its financial statements except for cash flow information using accrual basis of accounting. So these financial statements are prepared using going concern basis and accrual basis of accounting. An entity shall present a single statement of profit and loss with profit and loss and other comprehensive income presented in separate section within the same statement. The sections shall be presented together with the profit and loss section presented first, followed directly by the other comprehensive income section. So as per IND AS1, profit and loss account is prepared in two sections. First section is normal profit and loss section. It is followed by other comprehensive income section. In simple words, other comprehensive income is gain or loss that has not been realized. For example, gain or loss on an investment can be realized when it is sold. Hence, for investment classified as available for sale, the unrealized income or loss will be reported under other comprehensive income. Examples of other comprehensive income are unrealized gain or loss on bonds, unrealized gain or loss on investment that are available for sale, foreign currency translation gains or loss, pension plan gain or loss. The balance sheet presents an entity's financial position at a specific point in time. That is the reason why balance sheet is prepared as on or as at a particular date. Subject to meeting certain minimum presentation and disclosure requirements, management may use its judgment regarding the form of presentation, such as which subclassification to present and what information to disclose on the face of the statement or in the notes. There are certain minimum presentation and disclosure requirements that has to be followed. Then for remaining, which is not compulsory, which is not obligatory, management use its own judgment regarding form of presentation. Subclassification can be presented on the face of the statement or it can be presented in the notes. Balance sheet. Ind AS1 specifies that the following items as a minimum are presented on the face of the balance sheet. So assets, equity and liabilities are to be presented on the face of the balance sheet. Asset. Asset includes property, plant and equipment, investment property, intangible assets, financial assets, investments accounted for using the equity method, biological assets, deferred tax asset, current tax asset, inventories, trade and other receivables, cash and cash equivalent. Equity includes issued capital and reserves attributable to parents, owners, and non-controlling interest. Non-controlling interest is minority interest. Liabilities include deferred tax liabilities, current tax liabilities, financial liabilities, provisions, and trade and other payables. Assets and liabilities held for sale. The total of assets classified as held for sale and assets included in disposal group classified as held for sale and liabilities included in disposal group classified as held for sale in accordance with Ind AS 105 non-current asset held for sale and discontinued operations. Current and non-current assets and liabilities are presented as separate classifications in the statement unless the presentation based on liquidity provides reliable and more relevant information. Balance sheet is classified as current and non-current assets and current and non-current liabilities unless a presentation based on liquidity provides reliable and more relevant information. So if presentation based on liquidity, that is on the basis of non-current asset held for sale and discontinued operation, if it provides reliable and more relevant information, then classification is to be done accordingly. Otherwise, assets and liabilities are classified as current and non-current. Statement of profit and loss. The statement of profit and loss presents an entity's performance over a specific period. The statement of profit and loss includes all items of income and expense and includes each component of other comprehensive income classified by nature. Statement of cash flow. Cash flow statement are addressed in a separate summary dealing with requirement of Ind AS 7. Ind AS 7 is cash flow. Notes to the financial statements. The notes are an integral part of financial statements. Notes provide information additional to the amounts disclosed in primary statements. Primary statements are profit and loss account and balance sheet. If any additional information is required, then it is disclosed by way of notes to the financial statements. They also include accounting policies, critical accounting estimates, and judgment. So financial statements are balance sheet, profit and loss account, cash flow statement, and notes to financial statements as per Ind AS 1. Ind AS 1 require the statement of change in equity is considered to be an integral part of financial statement. That is, statement of change in equity should be prepared as part of financial statement. Statement of changes in equity is the reconciliation between opening balance and closing balance of shareholders' equity. It is a financial statement which summarizes the transactions related to the shareholders' equity over an accounting period. Movement in retained earnings, other reserves, and changes in share capital, such as the issue of new shares and payment of dividends, are recorded in this report. The difference between assets and liabilities from one accounting period to the next will give you movement in equity. This information can be obtained from the balance sheet of the entity. However, this will not provide the details of changes that have happened in equity, and for this purpose, this statement of change in equity is required. Under Indian GAAP, there is no requirement for this statement. However, Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013 requires such movement in shareholders' equity to be presented as part of notes to account. Furthermore, under Ind AS 1, minority interest, referred to as non-controlling interest, is presented as a component of equity, while under current Indian GAAP, it is presented separately from liabilities and equity. So as per Indian GAAP, that is as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013, minority interest is to be separately shown. It is not to be shown as equity, but in case of Ind AS 1, as per Ind AS 1, minority interest is presented as a component of equity. Ind AS 1 prohibits any item to be presented as an extraordinary item either on the face of income statement or in the notes. So as per Ind AS 1, all items are ordinary items, no item is extraordinary. While AS 5, net profit or loss for the period, prior period items and change in accounting policies in Indian GAAP specially require disclosure of certain items as extraordinary items. So as per Indian GAAP, it is necessary to disclose certain items as extraordinary items. Ind AS 1 requires a third balance sheet as at the beginning of the earliest comparative period, where an entity applies an accounting policy retrospectively or makes a retrospective restatement of items in its financial statements, or when it reclassifies items in its financial statements to be included in a complete set of financial statements. AS5 requires the impact of material changes in accounting policies to be shown in the financial statements. There is no requirement to present an additional balance sheet. So as per Ind AS1, if there is any change in accounting policy, the change is to be carried out retrospectively and the opening balance sheet is to be prepared taking into consideration the change in accounting policy. So that means additional balance sheet is to be prepared considering the change in accounting policy, which is not required as per Indian GAAP. Ind AS1 requires dividend recognized as distribution to owners and related amounts per share are to be presented in the statement of change in equity or in the notes. Ind AS1 requires that dividend which is distributed to shareholders and dividend per share is to be presented in the statement of change in equity or in the notes. The presentation of such disclosure in the statement of profit and loss account is not permitted. So as per Ind AS1, this is not to be disclosed in profit and loss account. Under Indian GAAP, a proposed dividend is shown as appropriation of profit in profit and loss account. Under Ind AS 1, each entity should present its balance sheet using current and non-current assets and liabilities classification on the face of the balance sheet, except when presentation based on liquidity provides information that is reliable and more relevant. While Schedule 3 of the Companies Act requires presentation using current and non-current classification, it does not mention about order of liquidity for presentation of assets and liabilities in the balance sheet. So in this particular video, we have seen requirements of Ind AS 1 presentation of financial statements. Thank you.